All right, here we go. Trey Deee, welcome back.
So with it, Vlad.
Yeah, man, our newest regular guest on Vlad TV.
Yeah, you
Like I said
already
last
know.
time, and here you are back
This quick.
this quick.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know, it's actually interesting because me and you talked about this over the phone the other day. How do you feel, being on Vlad TV so often and reading the comments about me being the police all the time? Accusing me of being the police.
Well, when you at the top, it's like you can't help but have detractors. You know what I mean? And it's like, why is he popping and I'm not popping? I do the same shit or whatever. And then with the situation that happened with the guy who had to go defend himself and evidence was used about something that he said, that was like self-incrimination, but don't nobody never want to point the finger at the guilty party. It's always the facilitator, and it's just, it's wild, man. I had several conversations with you over the last 3 or 4 years, and we don't never talk about no police shit, and I don't never feel like you trying to get me to incriminate myself or nothing. I feel like we be having a conversation furthering, the understanding of different situations and elements of hip hop and things that went on, during my time in the game, which is like nearing on like 25 years.
Yeah, I mean, in fact, people have approached me to do interviews, like people who are currently in jail, awaiting trials and awaiting charges and stuff like that I've turned down on many occasions because I felt that, as someone who's been through the court and legal system before, my lawyer always told me, if there's a trial of any sort pending, shut the fuck up. Don't talk to the media. Don't do nothing.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So a lot of times people want to get their story out because they feel it might sway the public or whatever else, and I've usually turned it down because I felt that this might potentially be used against them.
Well, that's what they tell you. What you say can and will.
And will.
You know what I'm saying? It's not, it's a possibility. It can and will be used against you. So you really have to know what you're saying and trying to sway public opinion, man. People gonna believe what they believe, period. It's like me getting on here and saying, hey man, nah, Vlad, how you gonna be the police, man? You this, that, and other. Oh, look at him trying to defend the police because he have him on this show all the time. You always gonna get somebody knocking in one way or the other. I mean, I done seen people that say, oh man, look, his chain fake. It's not even shining. Look, it's not even shining. I've been watching the video for 6 minutes, and I'm like, oh, it's too big. He too old to wear a chain that big. And I'm like, it's something. It's gonna be something said. So you just got to take everything with a grain of salt and just keep pushing.
I mean, yeah, when Taxstone got arrested,
that's what I was talking about.
Yeah, a bunch of people were trying to say that my interview was in his indictment, and there was literally like media outlets that wrote that we had to send legal paperwork to tell him to retract it because our name is not in the indictment. And I remember this one of Taxstone's friends actually interviewed him from jail.
You did at least one, or you did a few interviews with Vlad before you were locked up. You did a few interviews with Vlad, and they're basically saying that the police have been using. They're basically saying that Vlad is a snitch. Like the internet is saying, "Oh, Vlad is a snitch. Don't fuck with him." This, that, and the other. They're saying that he's working with the police.
Vlad is a civilian. Vlad is a civilian. So I don't understand how people could come to the conclusion that Vlad is a snitch. To my understanding of street codes or whatever the things that people go by, a snitch is a person that portrays a certain lifestyle, a gangster lifestyle, or makes a vow to live that lifestyle or principles, and then they go against that code. As far as I know, Vlad has always been a civilian, so I don't understand how Vlad could be a snitch.
All right. Well, is he? I don't want to go too much into something, so please, don't go too far because I asked you a stupid ass question. I don't want the shit to be used against you. But is he cooperating as far as you know? Do you know that?
Is who cooperating?
Vlad, with the case against you. They're saying that basically the police are using him against you. I don't know if that's true.
Do not listen to everything that the internet says. You understand? The internet is the internet. What it is now is that you have a freeway of free reporters, people that have not been trained to report, people that are not trained journalists, and they just speak on things that they have no idea about. They come up with conclusions and incorrect hypotheses on things, and they just say things.
I went
He's
through
like-
the same thing with Snoop Dogg. Remember we had that conversation when everybody thought I was in jail for an incident me and them had.
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg told on you.
Oh, that was the rumor?
Yeah. no, I'm not even in there for nothing that got to do with Snoop.
Right.
You know, so yeah, I understand.
Yeah, and the funny part is that even when Tax said Vlad got nothing to do with it, you look at the comments, oh, Vlad paid Tax to say that. You know what I mean? Oh, no.
Like he really gonna, how much it's gonna cost for you to, who does that?
Yeah, no, Tax is facing a very serious case right now.
He's still fighting it?
Well, the trial hasn't happened yet.
That was a couple years ago, wasn't it?
I think he got picked. I think it happened a couple years ago, but he got picked up like a year later.
Oh, okay.
And now he is he's preparing for the trial of Troy Ave. Troy Ave apparently is taking the stand.
I saw the video, you know, the way he was like, you ain't my fam or something, so why wouldn't I tell on you or something? I just seen that clip of it and I was like, okay, I'm done. Don't know him, don't want to know him. You know, that's a cold position to adopt by somebody.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know the case.
Yeah.
I don't know what took place. I heard just like everybody else heard, but when you from California and you hearing about something happening in New York, if you're not directly plugged into the sources who can give it to you from the horse's mouth, you're going to get the story twisted and bent up.
I mean, it's one of, you and I have had these conversations, right? I said, don't have me doing anything illegal with you. I'm probably going to tell. Like, and people are like, yeah, see, there you go.
Yeah.
Vlad just exposed himself. Like, I've been saying this whole time.
Right.
I'm not a gangster. I'm not a street guy. I'm not with none of this shit. Well, with Troy Ave, he's Dope Boy Troy. He's the drug dealing rapper. Like, regardless of whether he did it, that was the hook he used through all his music. Mm-hmm. And we'll see what happens, but I guess he's going to take the stand.
Best wishes to, Taxstone, man. That's all I can say.
Do you think a rapper like a Troy Ave could have a career after taking the stand?
In this day and age, I really couldn't even, I couldn't even say.
Yeah, you're right. In this day and age, all the rules have changed.
Yeah, they have. And then people that adhere to the old school rules, it's like, people don't even get down like that no more. It's like, I done heard them giving a guy a party who had came home because he told on somebody and he got himself out of the situation, and this dude was having money on the streets before he got arrested and everything. So, and he was like a fearsome dude. So when he got back out, they actually threw a welcome home party for him.
This is someone who told on?
Yeah, this was somebody who gave a statement on some other people that actually got sentenced. And they gave him a welcome home party, and that kind of like caused a big rift in between this particular gang that I was talking about, because it was like, how's y'all gonna do that? It's like,
oh, so it was another member in that gang?
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Told on his homeboys. And got out, and, some of his partners who he used to hustle with, like, hey, man, we know it was either you or them, and, hey, man, we don't want no problems with you anyway. We're going to throw you a party. Welcome back. And it blew my head off. I was like, yeah, this why I don't be mingling in the streets no more. I got other shit to do.
New set of rules.
Yeah.